Hey, hi, hello. It's December. It's the end of the year. Happy holidays to you and yours and all that you celebrate. It's time to do a flip through of all of the things I have. I'm scared. I'm a little nervous because when I look at them back to back like this, it's going to look like a lot. But don't worry about it. I'm also very excited because I will try to make the effort to go back and find last year's video and see if I can edit out bits of that so that we can perhaps compare where we were before and where we are now. Okay. I have a new setup, so we're gonna learn how to do it. My very kind partner got me for my birthday, because my birthday was in November. Happy birthday to me, Scorpio baby. He said, I'm gonna try to get you something you wouldn't get yourself. And he got me a whole ass little camera stand. It's got a ring light that I can't figure out how to take off because I don't need it. But I feel really fancy, and it's made of metal and not plastic that I got from the Five Below. So I feel very fancy. I feel very intimidated, and this is its debut video. Oh god, I did an intro. Hey, hi, hello everyone. My name's Jupiter. Welcome to my corner of the internet. Hey everybody. We're gonna start with the first binder. God, I don't know what I'm... Okay, hold on. Cut. Let's try that again, shall we? We're gonna start with the Mamamoo binder. So I collect from Mamamoo. I collect OT4, and this includes all of their solo stuff that they have done kind of... I don't want to say post Mamamoo because they aren't formally disbanded, but that's also what it feels like at this point. Because that is the life, I think, of a third gen stan at this point, unless you're into Twice or Red Velvet. So, yeah, we'll get started. So this binder... has made insane progress. So starting off, I have all 4 of the melting selfies. These are the pink funky. They are replicas. I'm not buying the real thing. And then this is one of the memory cards. This was kind of one of my more insane moments of I'm almost done with memory as well. We just have 2 moonbills missing. Purple is complete. So when I started... Oh, hello? What do I have? Oh, don't worry about it. I have a whole polka album in there, apparently. So when I first started collecting, I specifically started collecting 2 groups. It was Mamamoo and Purple Kiss, and those were going to be my 2 groups. And when I started collecting, I said that I wanted to collect this album plus the 4 albums after them that are kind of a little series called the 4 Seasons, 4 Colors series. I've been collecting for about 2.5 years now, and I'm thrilled to announce that I have, in fact, finished Purple, which is kind of crazy because it was sort of my, target goal to finish Purple. Then we get into the 4 Seasons, 4 Colors. I have it organized by member because it's just really convenient that way. The mini cards are a little weird, but it's fine. These were finished last year, but I'm still in awe of them every time I see them. Blues is just a monster to finish. They're so pretty. I've been deep into my Mamamoo feels recently. because Moonbyul just did her tour here. She's finishing up as we speak. Reality in Black completed this year. Very exciting. And she was just amazing. And as my bias and like alt of alts, there was just something really special about getting to see her live. And I own this card now. That came in this year. I will never be over that because she's a hard to get card and also extremely cute. This is I Say the Best. I did skip travel. That's because I have travel sort of in a little mini miscellaneous section right now. But I don't know, I'm just like head over heels in my like Mamamoo feels, especially in my like Moonbyul feels of like, I remember why I really like and respect this artist so much and how much I like her music. So I've been very much into that. So I've been very renewed in like wanting to collect them, especially Moonbyul's solo stuff, because I love her solo stuff. I really love her music. So this is my miscellaneous page. That's where I have, this is all the travel I have right now. And I have a little bit of one of the season's greetings, just for funsies, no good reason. So one of my goals for this year is to actually fill out like travel and where are we now. I would like to get those done. I think that's a safe 2025 collection goal. I also have a little bit of merch from one of the Where Are We Now DVDs. And that's it for Mamamoo, because that's all they've given us. But then we get into the solo stuff, which is them on their own, and that section's pretty thick as it's well and ever growing. So we start off with Solar. This is Solar's Gamsung, which was sort of a merch, sort of a CD. 2 have Spit It Out. The other 3 Spit It Out will go here. Face. And then not a lot of progress here, but here is Colors. Solar does she's got these really strong color palettes in her solo albums thus far, at least for these last 2. And I'm really into them because you can see it in the backs and you can see it in the backs here that she kind of like picks a monochrome color scheme for her photo shoots, or at least for the last 2 albums she has. And I'm so obsessed with it. I think it's so much fun. Again, Moonbyul, who I had enough freebies to make a proper little, thing for, a cover for it, if you will. I have the most of her solo stuff, starting with Selfish. I'm so sorry, I feel like I'm going all over the place, but I'm also trying to speed it up because I think last year my video was terribly, terribly long, and it didn't need to be that long. I, however, am a person who talks way too much. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I talk too much. It's one of my talents. And so I'm trying to maybe do a little less of that, but also I'm so sappy for Moonbyul and Mamamoo, so like, we'll see. I finished this album this year. This one was really hard because Dark Side of the Moon went out of print really fast, so those cards were hard to find, even though there's literally only the 5 of them. And then this is the repackaged, the Kino kit. I don't have anything for Sequence, which is a different goal I have for Mamamoo's. I would really like to get something for Sequence and Present, which are her other 2 albums at this point. She's in the Trap is done though. Limited's included. I love that. And then we get into the Starlet of Muse, Starlet of Twinkle. So this is the limited version of Starlet of Muse. This is photo book version. I pre-ordered, so this is my pre-order and a museum version card. I actually bought the museum version at her concert, and it's signed. So that's really cool. I think that's a very cool piece of merch to offer, and it made me really happy. So that's sitting on my shelf. I've got to get a nice like archival plastic or something so to wrap it up, because I do feel weird about it being just kind of loose in the elements. But so that's a different goal I have, is just getting something to wrap it up nicely. And then she also did a vinyl repackage, it's so pretty. It's insane. It was expensive, but it's so pretty. My boyfriend also collects vinyls, so I got it and I'm going ooh and ah over it. He's like, see, you get it? You get it? And I was like, ah, I do get it. But these were my pulls from Starlet of Twinkle. I love this card a lot. And then we get into Mamamoo Plus, which is their kind of ongoing subunit with the remaining members under the company. So they did merch for Better instead of a whole album. And then this is Act 1, Scene 1. I haven't quite figured out how to set it up. Every video I'm like, I'll figure it out later. And here we are, end of the year. I have not figured it out, in fact. But these are limited pulls, and then this is regular version. And then we have 2 rabbits. So this is the main photo book version complete. And then this is the start here of the mini version, which I thought was like a limited version, but I'm not so convinced on that. I think it's just the mini version. But I've managed to at least get one of each person, one of the units, and one of the dog cards. So like, we're literally halfway there. Miss Wee In. Unfortunately, this section is very sad. I have an Apple Music Pop that I didn't know was a pop when I bought it, and a Wii card. However, this time last year I had 0 Wii and solo cards, so you know what? I have 200% more cards than I did last year. And then finally, I did not have enough freebies for a Hwasa section, unfortunately. So we have 2 Maria cards and then 2 Guilty Pleasure cards. As well as I have the full postcard set from... I love the backs of Hwasa's cards. Like, they're so cute, and I love how they're really thematic based on what was on the front of the card. It's so beautiful. I haven't seen the backs of the O cards yet, but I hope that they keep a similar aesthetic. I imagine they might not because it's a different company, but a girl can hope. And then we have the postcards from Guilty Pleasure. And that is the current standing of my Mamamoo collection. I love them. I love collecting them. I think I said my main goals for this collection in the coming year, as I would really like to beef up my Where Are We Now and travel collections. And I would like to focus a little more on the Moonbyul solo stuff, because like, if those albums are my favorite, I think I should be putting more energy into getting the cards from those instead of sort of cherry picking around. So those are my goals. I'm trying to keep very short and realistic goals this year. Yeah. So that's where I'm at with this one. We'll go on to the next. I think we'll do the Twice binder next. Oh, Jupiter putting things in frame on the first try. Who is she? All right, so Twice. I have a very weird Twice collection because I'm a really casual fan, but they look really fun to collect. So I said, why not just collect the Twice pre-order packs? They are cheap, they're plentifully available, and then that way I can just sort of collect a little bit of each member, because while I do have a bias, it's not a hardcore bias. And I think they're fun and colorful to collect, terribly satisfying when they're in 9 pocket pages. So this collection has absolutely exploded. I've gotten a gift from a friend, which is extremely kind. I've joined a couple group orders because there's something really satisfying about picking up cards that are free with claim. So they're currently in chronological order. This is the miscellaneous section, which is cards that I have less than 5 of for a set. And so those just kind of all go up front. In case you're curious, yes, it is a pain when I get new cards to shuffle them all in, but we don't worry about that. We've got, so then I get into the rest of these are sets that I have 5 or more cards for. And we start all the way up with What is Love? I've got both What is Love sets in technically. And we start to get into Yes or Yes with the little, I call this the red set or like the hand set. I don't know if there's official names for these. We have Feel Special, which I'm so excited. I love this set. It's just so pretty. And we get into, starting to get into some complete sets with More and More. Actually, I have all of the More and More moved out of the miscellaneous section, which is pretty cool. Eyes Wide Open. And then we start to really get into things that I like, in my eyes, are the more recent things. And I think that's just because I was into K-pop when these released. So I remember them coming out, so they feel recent. We also start to get into a lot more completeness because these are just easier to find. So we've got Taste of Love. I have her secured. She's on the way. I think I have this one that's secured as well, which is very cool. I'll have to double check that, but then Taste of Love would be done. We have Formula of Love, which is my favorite Twice album. I just love it. That was the album that made me go from being like, yeah, Twice is pretty cool, I get why they're popular, to being like, oh, I like Twice. It's not just because they're popular. It's like, I enjoy the products they're putting out. So Formula of Love is great. I had a couple months in, I think it was 2022, right? Did it release in 2021 or 2022? That like January, February following this album's release, I kind of listened to almost nothing but this album for a bit. It was like this album and Moonbyul Sequence, and I basically ping-ponged between those two albums. And then you get Between 1 and 2, which is, again, almost finished. Not quite. I'm missing quite literally this one card, and I can't remember if I have her on the way yet or not. I thought I had her on the way, and then I was wrong. Oh, I also need Jihyo. That's why that group card is there. Like, it's one of those things of, like, I thought I had them claimed, and then I didn't. Something silly happened like that, but it's Twice. This is really, like, my low priority collection, and sometimes it doesn't feel like it because it's so big and expansive, but that's just because they put out a boatload of cards. Then we get into Ready to Be. This was not my first, but one of my first pre-orders I ever got. It was just as a freebie. And I still have that dupe because I have not traded her away at this point, but so special place in my heart for that Mina specifically, back when I had like 4 Twice cards to my name. Maybe the Outside set, the Suits, and then we get into With Youth. At this point in time, I only have this set. There was some weirdness that happened that I bought them from a seller and they simply did not put them in my letter. And then they said they would send out, and they never did. At this point, I'm waiting for them to refund me because they said they would. They asked me a question about the refund, and I said, yep. And then they never actually paid me the money. So, so be it. And then we have, so this is my miscellaneous section, aka this is part 1, Le Sserafim. I really like Le Sserafim, but not enough that I can commit to collecting them fully since I collect so many people. However, I've picked up a handful of things, like I think these were a free with purchase. She was an impulse purchase because I'm obsessed with her. I wanted a Moonbyul card, so I got that as like the secondary card. These were, again, I think free, and then I bought one Unforgiven album a couple years ago, and that was my pull from the Unforgiven album. So she is small and mighty and a little weirdly spaced. Don't worry about it. And then we get into the true miscellaneous section. So like, here's a Junghyun, simply because I love her. These are all freebies I have received in some capacity. It's kind of, without Le Sserafim here, it's my random men section, actually. But like, I think these are 17 D-Icon cards. which I got at like a live trading event. People were like, I can't get rid of these. Do you want them? So I picked some ones that were cute. And this one, he's got a red panda and a crown. And I thought that was fun. I also have this little trading card. I don't know what the game is, but I also got this as a freebie in a trade. And he's in French and he just makes me happy. So that is my twice section and my miscellaneous section. I keep them in this binder. I'm really very happy with the progress in this. I mean, any progress I make in this binder makes me happy because it's so expansive and covers so much. I do not have any specific goals as related to my twice card collection. I'm just going to keep on keeping on and just picking things up when I find them for good prices. Yeah. I just like things that are cute and colorful, and sometimes you need things that are to fill the goblin void in your soul of collecting, you know? Okay, on to the next. I think we'll do triple S next. So triple S is one of my thinner binders, I would say. Like, there's not as much in it compared to some of my other hardcore collections. However, this one's very exciting to me because they release so much stuff that anything I get feels great. So I collect, it's gonna sound insane, I collect OT24. However, it's selective collecting because they release so many things. So my goal is that when they used to do physical releases of first class objects, they no longer do that. But for the physical releases of these, I collect one of each member per set, and then per album, I collect one member per album. So that's my way of sort of getting around loving so many members while also not collecting OT24, because I think the people who do that can only collect triple S, you know? Or they have a lot of money. If you collect OT24 triple S in the comments, tell me. Do you have very few collections other than triple S, or do you simply have a lot of money? Or are you dying? Maybe that's option 3 that I haven't considered. So I bought, these first class objects have such a special place in my heart because all of these actually, the original 8, I got before they debuted because they started releasing them before they debuted. And so this was one of my original pulls. This was my original pull because I bought 3 the very first time they released them. And this was my other original pull. And like, that was it. I bought objects on their very first drop. I have a little bit of a chip on my shoulder because of this, but like, I've been here since the beginning, and I really think that they are a cool project of a group. I just pretend they're not NFTs. But my great and exciting thing is Kaide. So if you don't know, there's an absolute boatload of the first 8 members, and then they only did 1 release where Dahyun and Kaide were part of it. So therefore, it's extremely hard to get Dahyun and Kaide members. Dahyun's a little easier because she's a little less biased, I think. But like, I've been collecting these since they released, and so it's been about 2 years, right? This is my first. I now have Atom 1 complete. Screams. Acid Angels from Asia. These were my 2 original pulls when I got the album. These are later pickups. Since there's only 4 members, it was pretty easy to finish, and I'm glad I finished so quickly, because now Acid Angels from Asia are very difficult to collect because it was the first unit, so there was less copies circulating. Then we get into round 2. There's a little bit of splicing of, these are digital cards that I own because Mod House tends to just give them to you every once in a while. And so it made sense to me to just pay $1 or $2 to print them out instead of paying $3 to $4 to get a hard copy version of it, because I technically own this. It's just in my phone, you know? This was my pre-order benefit for pre-ordering a set of Acid Angels from Asia. And then, so here we are missing Kaede. I was not fast enough to get her for round 2, unfortunately, but I do have Dahyun, so that's great. We've got Crystal Eyes. This was my original pull from when I bought Crystal Eyes originally. I actually ended up pulling up 2 Cheon, so this Sumin is a trade. And then we get into Assemble. I've gone through some nonsense with Assemble, so it kind of put me off of wanting to collect it. And now that I'm ready to collect it, it's harder to just get huge swaths of cards. I'm trying a new setup that I've seen someone do where you do, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the back I'll do a different 5 pattern. As I saw someone do that for 10 cards and I thought it was so smart. And it's really convenient because Triple S only having 10 members at this time is kind of a weird amount. But then we have course, so then I'll put 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm about 50% with Assemble. I think it's something I could complete if I just put the energy into doing. I go back and forth about whether I really want to do it or whether I'll just get it done as I get it done. Then we go into round 3 of Atom cards. So they do 3, what's the name? They do like 3 card, like trading card packs series per season. If you don't understand what I'm saying, it's okay. I promise it's okay. It's weird and you really have to be in it to get it. If you have questions, I would love to answer them too, because I also know that it's a little scary to get into Triple S, at least the collecting, because people just throw out a bunch of lingo. And I know the lingo because I've been there from the beginning, and it's really sad when I see people trying to get into them and they're just kind of lost, but they want to collect them because they like the group. So like, if you have questions about things and stuff regarding Triple S and all of the weird words people use, I'm so happy to tell you about it. Like, I think in general, the fandom's pretty nice, but like, you know, I'll be that person if you're afraid to talk to somebody else. But okay, round 3. In general, round 3 is pretty hard to find just because there was not a ton of cards. But, so I'm missing Soyeon. I have these. This Yuyeon was a replica, and then I've got one of these, and I have this Yubin secured. She's just hanging out with my Triple S guy, who's very cool, and I appreciate him, because I joined a Go for Visionary Vision cards with him. So I also, like, I bought these, and then I was like, actually, no, I did not secure that Yubin. No, so I'm still looking for her. But then I also have Kaede and Dahyun. And then I wasn't quite sure what to put with the rest of this section because, again, 10 members is a weird amount. So I go back and forth about, like, rearranging them sometimes or what to do. We'll see. But for now, this is sort of my Triple S equivalent miscellaneous section. So, like, here's more printouts of digitals I own. I bought the Triple S light stick, so I also have a light stick PC. Here's Kaede. Oh, I love her so many. Kaede is not actually my bias. But I've struggled to collect her so much that I have a weird, like, soft spot in my heart. Despite my group order manager bought like 40 light sticks and there was only maybe 14 members in polls, which I think is so sad because there was 0 nyens. There was 0 nyens. And yen is my bias. It's honestly amazing to me that I can pick a bias in this many members, but like, it's happened. Next up we have, these are crystallized pobs. Mod House loves themselves a weird size pob, be it a slightly too big or a full-on postcard. So these were for pre-ordering my crystallized album. And then, welcome to the binary season. We be fighting for our lives in the binary season. Anybody who collects Triple S physicals has probably wanted to fight someone about these cards, and that includes me. But so this is round 1 of the binary cards. They're these really cute bright lime green, and they include all of the members from Soyeon to Mayu. So the first 16 members. The last 8 members do not have any physical first class objects as far as I know. They're all like, I think they're all double class objects, and they're from like different merch and tour stops and stuff. So this is round 1. I have currently 7 members. These 2 I just don't have the heart to put on the second page because I feel like it'll be really sad to have just one page with 2 cards in it. So that's what I'm rocking right now. I don't have any more digitals for this. But then Love Lucian came out. I'm almost done with Love Lucian. Just looking for Sohyun. As with many things in life, just looking for Sohyun cards. I won this Nien as a giveaway prize, which is pretty cool, on Instagram. Don't remember the user, but thanks. This was... Okay, no, I bought these albums secondhand, but I did buy some just unopened sealed packs of cards, and I got Yubin. I actually, similar to the Cheon situation, I pulled two Yubins, which is honestly heartbreaking when you consider the fact that I collected one of every member. Like, my standards are so low. I'll take anybody. I love them all. But I got 2 Yubins, which I managed to trade. I think I traded for Jinmi, which was pretty cool. And then here's binary round 2. So I have, these are real, this is a digital replica. And I'm so glad I have her because Jinmi's also insane to collect, which I get it. I also love her. She's my girls, you know? And then I believe I have a Dahyun from this set also online, like in my Cosmo, that I just haven't printed out yet. So I technically have a 4th card of this, but I just haven't done it yet. And then, so they never printed round 3 of binary cards, which is so, Yeonji's signature is so cute. Quack, quack, Yeonji. They all have really cute signatures. I think they pushed them to be very stylistic in their signature, and I'm obsessed with it. Invincible, I only have Mayu left. I'm being picky because I really want the one of her holding a diamond. So I could get that anytime I want. I simply have to have the budget for it. But quite pleased with this. I think this Naki was a giveaway prize. And then Yeonji was an original pull. Or, yeah, Sumin and Yeonji were who I pulled when I did those sealed cards. And then some from here, we have no more first class objects because, like I said, they just never printed round 3, which makes me really sad. Like, on one hand, it's kind of cool that I don't have to fight for my life for them anymore, but also makes me so sad that they just kind of stopped mid-season too. They didn't even like finish out the binary season, but I'm not making the decisions. So we have, this is my beginnings of Assemble. I have a bunch of Assemble cards sitting and waiting with my Triple S guy. Because I joined his Visionary Vision Go, I was like, can I buy these? And then you just ship them all with the, ¿cómo se dice? With my other cards. And he was like, yeah, I can do that for you if you pay for them. And I was like, deal. So these were freebies I got at some point in time, and they fit and fill out the page, so they live there. But we have Kaide, Nyan, and Sohyun. Very cool. We love to see it. We love having a Sohyun. A Kaide. I don't feel like Kaide is as hard to collect now that there's more than 10 members. However, there's a deep scar inside of me. Then we get into visual cards for Assemble 24. I was not originally planning on collecting large inclusions for them. However, I ended up with, someone was like, will you take these free, just pay shipping? And I was like, you know what? Hell yeah, I will. And I thought it would be a pick and choose scenario, but it was just a give me the lot scenario. Whether this be a miscommunication or a misunderstanding on my own part, I don't care. I have so many of them. I'm very slowly working on trades with them. It makes me happy. I, however, do not have enough just like plain page protectors to put them all in. So the only set I have put in right now is the C version, the crown set. In the future, you will see me put more of these in because I have a bunch for version A and version B as well. I just don't have the resources and haven't been to the store in a minute. But this is what I have for Version C so far. That was a mistake. I put Kaide there originally, so I'm gonna try to write down the trade names in the back. It might not work for other sets that aren't set C, because I'm sure I have forgotten already. Shinmi. Problem is everyone loves Shinmi. And that's maybe not a problem for her, but me as a collector is a problem. So, and then we'll have Glow on the back here. And that is the current state of my Triple S collection. Ooh. The light stand, it's too professional, it's too sensitive to movement. And then back here I have Billy. So for Billy, I only collect Moon Sua. And some select OT7 sets when I can find them. This was very cheap, so I did it. This set, I thought it would be easier, but I'm being really picky about getting my last Shun and Suhyun card of like, I really would love to get them from the same seller and for preferably at a specific like price point, because a lot of Ginga Minga Yo albums were sold, so there's a lot of these cards in the world. So I even tried to trade some of my visual cards for these, and it just didn't work, which was unfortunate. But also, that's okay, because people are allowed to say no to trades. So we'll see. Someday I'll get them. That's not really a high priority. What is a high priority is Moonsua's actual album cards. I am caught up until the most recent release. I do not have any appendix cards yet, but we have Village Perception 1, Ring by Ring. I like this card a lot. We have Collective Soul and Unconscious, aka Ginga Minga Yo. I think this setup's a little weird with like putting the Polaroids on the other side, because I normally like to see the backs of my cards. I, however, am really satisfied with it because I don't want a page with just these 3 cards. I feel like that would be annoying. So there's that. Then we get into Ring My Bell. Village Perception Chapter 2. It's their 3rd comeback, but it's technically Village 2, so that always messes me up. Including the group Polaroids, which are something that I kind of added on this year. I haven't found a good template with the group cards, so I never know where they are, / they're not on my actual templates, but I'm trying to get them when I find them because I think they're cute, and I do like how they sort of fill out the spread into making it a little more of a 12 pocket. And then we have Village 3, Yunomiya. I really like this spread. It's got a perfect little spot for a group Polaroid when I can find one. And then, like I said, I don't have anything for appendix yet. I love double-sided cards. This is so cute to me. So that's something I'm excited to work on. That'll be my goal for Moonsua, is just to get those 4 cards. Now that Suhyun and Sua are back, I imagine they'll be doing comebacks more frequently, so I might fall back behind again. But it's been fun being caught up with Moonsua. Goals for Triple S. I don't think I want to set goals for Triple S because it's really easy for me to get overwhelmed with collecting them. But every time I consider like dropping down to only certain members, or like dropping anything in my first class objects, like it makes me really sad. So I don't plan on dropping them or like icing them in any way. But at this point in time, at the very least, I'm going to maybe not set goals and just kind of keep on keeping on and not put too much pressure on myself. Like, they have an insane release schedule, and I think I have to be kind to myself in that. But I also have to be kind to myself because I collect more groups. So we're going to go on to the next binder. The thing is that I start collections and I'm like, yeah, it'll be great. And then I don't realize how much upkeep each of those individual collections will have. So, and then I get overwhelmed, but then I hate the idea of dropping them. So Dreamcatcher is a really good example of that. One of my priorities is I would like to collect more Dreamcatcher in the next year. Like, I would like to actually give them a proper focus. For Dreamcatcher, I collect Dami and Handong. And then I just have some miscellaneous cards, gift from a friend / random pulls from other albums that I cannot fathom trading away, even though I know that it would do really good for my collection to get the older cards, but I don't want to. These are my pride and joy. I do not collect pre-order benefits. However, I do have 2. I don't know if you can... Yeah, I put them in hollow sleeves because they're my babies. I do have 2 pre-orders from Virtuous. As if you probably haven't noticed, I don't really collect pre-order benefits for any of my groups. However, I saw these for a good price and I could not resist. This is a Songsu Real World Drink PC, and then this is MMT, a bread set. Look at her. I love her. So the core of my Dreamcatcher collection, because Dreamcatcher albums go out of print quite fast if you didn't know, / they have a lot of albums with really expensive cards, is that I'm just trying to collect summer, holiday, and onwards. That's all I need to do. So this is my summer holiday page, which we have 2 Handongs, 2 Damis. And then we get into Save Us, Apocalypse Save Us, which I have almost a full 9 pocket for, which is pretty cool. I don't want to set up too hardcore, because my ideal for Dreamcatcher is that I'd have like a Handong page and a Dami page, and then like the cards will mimic each other down the road. However, I don't have a ton of cards for them, and there used to be a point where I loved having all the empty spaces because they showed me all the ways that I could grow. At this point in my collecting journey, I don't love the empty spaces as much because it uses a lot more resources. Because I collect a lot of groups at this point, I collect so many more groups than when I first started. All those empty spaces and me just like having an empty page hanging around is taking away from a page for a different group that I actually have cards for in the moment, you know? So like I'm very much in a we'll grow when we get there sort of mindset about Dreamcatcher, but that does leave it looking a little messy, and I know that. Follow Us. This is a recent trade that came in, which is very cool. I traded a Perky card for a Handong card, and we love to see it. This limited card was one of my original pulls when I bought Follow Us a while ago. From Us, I think I have the most cards for, which is good because From Us is sort of my priority of priorities. It's a really good album, and I think all of the cards are so cute. I love this little polka card with her holding a doll. This is a limited card that I traded from a dupe of this regular album card. I think this person's just like multi-collecting this card, and I think that's so cute. This is another polka. And then Villains. All I have are the basic album cards. I do not have any of the limiteds or the polka at this point in time. There's so many polka cards. I'm a little scared of them, not gonna lie. So we'll get there when we get there. Limited cards for Dreamcatcher are a lot harder to come by than the regular album cards, as you can imagine, because the limited version is more expensive and it's like chunkier. We've got, I did see Dreamcatcher in tour this year as well. They're amazing. We also had really good seats. We were like on the bottom floor instead of the balcony, and that I think wildly changed my concert experience. They're amazing. I love them, and going to that concert really reignited like my want to collect Dreamcatcher. So I know in the upcoming year I would like to just put more emphasis on Dreamcatcher in general. I think like a safe goal is I would like to get all of the regular version album cards for like the eras I am collecting. I don't put any promises for limited platforms and polka and whatever, because that's kind of ranges wildly in what is and is available and prices, but like they're so good at performing and they have such amazing charisma, and hearing them live, like, oh my, hearing this woman live is insane. Truly, I also got hella bias wrecked by Sua, because, like, good God. I've been resisting the temptation to collect 3 members. I'm not planning on doing that right now because I can't give you speech about how I'm feeling overwhelmed and then say I'm going to collect a 3rd member. That's a wild choice for me to make. But Miss Kimbora, dear Lord, she's so good. I also really want you to look at this Handong card because she's perfect in every way. Anyway, I also have some of the random trading cards packs that they had. My boyfriend just bought me a pack as a gift, as a surprise. These were my pulls. I'm not doing anything with these in particular. I just think they're neat. I might try to pick up some more if I can. Most of the ones I have are people wanting to trade, which makes sense because they're trading card packs. And if people are selling them, they're kind of gone instantly. So I thought they would be easier to accomplish, but they appear to not be. I'm just sort of riding it out. It's not a big deal if I get more. Okay. That's Dreamcatcher. I love my Dreamcatcher collection. She is small and mighty, and like I said, my goal is I would like to spend more time working on the regular album cards, so like really beef up Summer Holiday. I'm missing one From Us regular card. I would love to get that card. Finish up Save Us, Follow Us. Get anything for Virtuous, that'd be great. Villainous is chilling unless I get more like Poké cards. So my next collection is another small but mighty one. Is Sulgi from Red Velvet, but very specifically, Just 28 Reasons. I love this album. I love this album. And so I just want to basically just collect it. I don't have the strength to collect Red Velvet. It looks hard out there. Y'all are killing it. I just can't do it. Though I will say the temptation does periodically come and haunt me about what if I picked up Sulgi album cards for like her Red Velvet stuff, but I think I have to finish 28 Reasons before I'm allowed to do that. That seems like a fair goal. And or just one of the Flower Crown cards from Cosmic. Cosmic is one of my albums of the year, I think. Like, it's truly phenomenal and is one of my favorite things that came out this year. Sunflower has a grip on me. But this is my Sulgi 28 Reasons. I am 1/3 of the way there because there's only 12 cards to get. We'll get there when we get there. And then the back here, I have more Dreamcatcher. These are postcards from the limited version of Save Us, as well as some bonus things. Like this is a freebie Love Catcher. Here's some little film strips from Us. One of their merch drops and a Yeji, just for funsies. I do have... I'm not going to say out loud which collection is because I've been saying I'm going to collect them for at least 6 months now, and I haven't. So I'm not going to spoil it in case I decide to just drop that collection before I've even spent any money on it. But I do have one more rookie group that I would like to collect, and when I do collect them, they will go into this binder. All right. So that was Dreamcatcher. We are now down to our final binder. And this is the binder. Also, I made a Dreamcatcher cover. I know I referenced that I might do it, and I wasn't sure. I did end up doing it, and I think she turned out cute. Are you ready for the big boy? This is by far my largest collection. This is one of my alt binders. Welcome to the Purple Kiss binder. I've been a Purple Kiss stan since my heart skipped a beat, so that's pre-debut. Yes, I do have a chip on my shoulder about being a pre-debut stan of them. I don't know why. It feels deserved. I've been with them since day one, and I love them. I think they are amazing vocalists. They're amazing dancers. They have a great, like, idol personality and chemistry together. Like, it's really fun to just watch them hang out with one another. I love them. Because I love them, I collect OT7. Because I collect OT7, and that includes all of their album cards and their Japanese releases as well, and any like solo spin-off stuff that they have done so far. So it's a lot. It is monstrous, and she has so many complete sets in her that make my heart so happy. So we've got, this is Into Violet. This is their debut album. This was completed this year, and that includes complete with large inclusions as well. So there's the stickers. I bought a huge Ire set, and I did not realize that it meant not just the photo cards, but also the inclusions. So I also now have the signed page from Ire. I love it. It was such a fun bonus. I think I filmed that and posted that if you want to see me lose my words for a couple of minutes about having it. It's so cute. I kind of feel like I should frame her in some way instead of putting her in a binder page. Maybe I will. But that's all I have for Into Violet, because Into Violet was pretty bare bones in terms of stuff they put in. Let me get into Zombie. Oh, Zombie. She is the myth, the moment, the legend. She is complete as well, with all of the album cards. Oh, this was one of my very first Yuki cards. This is one of my very first Purple Kiss cards ever. And then I also have large inclusions for them. I have all of the tickets. I do not have all of the posters at this time. I go back and forth about whether it's worth me collecting them, because they're kind of annoying to store, and I don't think I would hang up 16 or 14 different posters. So for now, we just keep her in there. We've got 2 different KCON merch posters that also came from that group order. I've tried to look them up on templates, and I can't find them because mostly people make templates for photo cards. I'm just assuming this is KCON based on the outfits. If someone can tell me more about these, I would love for you to do that, because they're sort of my mystery postcards right now. But then they shepherd us into Mem. Complete. Large inclusions also. We got all of the postcards, these little like thermo postcards. And then we get into the mini posters. The mini posters I do not have all of. I have decided I would like to go a little more hardcore in collecting them. It's just kind of hard to sometimes go for large inclusions when you collect mostly PCs. I don't know if anyone else relates to this, but it's like, wow, I could spend $1 on a large inclusion, or I could spend $2 on a photo card and the shipping will be cheaper. So it is like the back and forth. I don't know if I'm the only one who does that, but that will grow in time. I'm happy with what I have. I have all the photo cards complete, which is pretty cool. And then we have Geeky Land. Geeky Land has seen some major work this year. I've been working very hard on her. It was during Geeky Land era that I decided to start collecting I decided that I wanted to collect anything at all, like right before Geeky Land released, because I remember having all of the versions of Mem, Zombie, and Into Violet, and I had them for about a week, And then Geeky Land released, and I was like, oh boy, I get to be complete with my collection for one whole week. But during that era was when I decided I really wanted to start collecting photo cards, and I started doing so. So this is also feels like the before because Gian was there. Love Gian. She was one of my original biases. And then we get into the digipacks, which I thought would be much easier than they were. They've turned out to be very difficult because it tends to be you see the same ones over and over again, and there's just like a select handful that are hard to find. That said, this set is totally complete as of recently. This card just didn't make it into my letter, and the seller was very nice and sent her to me. She ended up, I think she came in yesterday, maybe. Okay, hi, welcome back. I don't remember where I left off, but maintenance came and fixed my house. We love that. We can open and close the closet doors in our front hall now. What a life we're living. Man, I'm 2 for 2 for getting interrupted while I filmed this, huh? We'll find out next year. Anyway, Geeky Land. Digipacks. They're messy. They're hard to get. Cheyenne at like every step of the way is kind of a menace. Apparently, everyone loved Cheyenne during Geeky Land and would not like to give her up. But I have one full set, which is amazing and insane. All my love to Cherry Sunshop. This set are secured. They're secured, including ribbon chain. So I bought them for a normal price, and I'm excited about that. And then here, it's a full spread. This is a trade with a friend. I have to mark her with a little heart, but I'm in love. I'm so happy. Everybody is together. So I'm so glad. I have my last 2 Geeky Land sets cards secured. Like they're in the mail on the way to me. So it's just a matter of when the mail chooses they arrive. And as such, when they arrive, when that moment comes, we will be done with Geeky Land because I have all of the film strips. I have all of the mini posters, and that was all the inclusions for that album. And that's amazing. Let me get here. I've put in so much effort into the first few albums that Cabin Fever has kind of gone underappreciated. And we're not going to worry about it because she's next on the list. My large inclusions are not complete. We're not going to worry about it. We have all the bookmarks. This page of Doors cards looks really good. Don't worry about it. Dear Violet, I'm quite pleased with because I kind of forget that I'm so close to finishing, but I am. I just put in a go. I just bought it off of Neokyo. So she should be here in a couple of months, and if all goes well, I might also have her. Don't worry about it, though. We'll see. Again, that's if the male gods are kind to us. But I love these cards. I think they're so pretty. They are really weird sizes, but I think that's just something about doing the trading cards in Japan. They're just a little bit different. But that's very exciting. This got started and finished this year, which I'm very pleased with. Here's Swan's 20, including her, which was a little bit of a menace to get, but that's okay. We love her. We've got, this is the start of the Elzup section. Elzup has been started, but not completed, as you can see. So I'm missing one more unit, and then there's 4 selfies. It's one of those things that kind of gets pushed to the side because I'm more focused on, Purple Kiss album cards versus the solo stuff, but I'm excited for when we get there. Festa is complete. We're thriving. I love to see it. And then we have Festa Polka version, also complete, terribly exciting. And for Festa large inclusions, we have these heart cards, which very recently were just completed. I'm still figuring out a good way to store them, but for now, this is working. and I'm really excited. These, yeah, my last two, I think it was Swan and Chain, came in with that Handong trade that I showed earlier. So I'm really excited because I do love collecting large inclusions. I love collecting everything with their face on it. And so, but it's really hard to convince yourself to go after large inclusions, like after the fact. But hyped, excited. And then we have the Festa Tour, because I saw them when they came to the States for the first time. This is the card set. I was not able to see them on the BXX tour. They just did not come anywhere near me. They like skipped half of the country, which is like power to them, because I know they got to a lot of new cities that way and people were really excited about that, but I was sad to not see them again. Then we have, so here's main version of BXX. Again, it is complete. Since there's only two, I decided to go back to the original spreads. This was one of my pulls from my one sealed album, and I'm thrilled with it. Here's her. I think I talked about her in one of my mail videos or storing videos. She did finally arrive. I asked the person about it, and apparently they had sent out and they just forgot to post the send out video. So I felt really bad because this arrived to me like really early. And my half had just been sent out because I didn't know to send out. I felt horrible. And then we have the BXX Poco version, also complete, beautiful and stunning and lovely. I like this going a lot, and I love these two as well. My girls. I'm also complete with BXX large inclusions, which is exciting to not have to go back for those, because here's the postcards and the big photo cards and the film strips. And that, as we stand, is where I leave Purple Kiss. I do not have anything yet for Headway or for, no, we can add on the spread. I don't have anything for On the Violet as well. I'm kind of more worried about getting Dear Violet because I like those cards better, and then we'll focus on the Violet. But Purple Kiss is, like, honestly amazing. I essentially have, again, if all goes well, I basically have Cabin Fever and then Headway to finish, as well as some of the solo projects and some of the Japanese releases, which is not that much when you consider it. It's only a lot because I collect all of the members. So this Dosie's also really cute. So for Purple Kiss, I again don't have any specific goals. I just kind of want to keep on keeping on. I guess if I have a real big goal, it would be that I would like to get either to finish all of the regular versions of On the Violet or to finish the limited versions of Dear Violet, one or the other. I don't think those have to both happen. And I would love to get some progress on Cabin Fever. No hardcore goals. I think this collection and my Mamamoo collection are kind of like my crutch. Like, they are where a lot of my energy and money goes because they are the ones I care about the most. And I think you can tell. I'm also, I have to find a new binder for her. She's so thick. I can't keep just putting things in. But that is my current collection as it stands at the end of the year 2024. It's insane, kind of wild. Makes you a little existential about the amount of time and money I've spent on this, but we're not going to worry about that. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Thank you for joining me on the channel, or if you came just for this video because you like peeping at other people's collections, I hope you had fun seeing what I collect and what I've got going. I'm really excited to keep going forward with my collecting journey. I know for this upcoming year, I'm trying to plan a way for me to better manage my time and resources into my collections so that I do not feel so overwhelmed or feel so like I do not feel as the desperate need to buy everything all of the time and then feel like I'm over budget all of the time, because that's a bad feeling and it's not one I want to get into. And I think it's that kind of overspending and impulsive spending that just like kills collections so fast. And I don't want to kill any of my collections because I really love what I have and I would love to grow it, but I need to grow it responsibly. But that's what we have to look forward to in the year 2025. If you liked seeing what I have to offer, you like listening to my ramble, please feel free to subscribe. I make efforts to post about every 2 weeks, and it's, I would say, 70-30 of photo card content for the majority and other like challenges and collecting stuff. Sometimes I unbox big packages that I get or albums. And the other 30% is me just talking about K-pop songs I like and rambling about groups I like and their discographies and doing huge discography deep dives. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. It's gonna be a good year to you and yours. Please stay safe. Please stay well. Make responsible fiscal decisions. And I will catch you in the next one. May the stars align and our paths will cross again soon.